Hi everyone, and welcome to Daily Revelations. This is a weekly Bible study where we dive into God's Word one book at a time. And right now we are in the book of Genesis, and this week we're focusing on Genesis 4. And so every day we apply a different precept method to our study and ask God just to reveal to us something that He wants to speak to our heart, our mind, our soul, so that we can commune with Him, we can be with Him. And that's hard when we are in a sinful world. And that's what I'm going to talk a little bit about today. So the precept method that we use on day 2, which this is day 2 of our study, is we look at the wording that the author uses. Oftentimes when things are written out, there's analogies, there's words that are repeated over and over again. We can look at a variety of different things, if-thens, or the word but. That means it's contrasting, and therefore. So taking one of those and asking God, just really show me as I hone in on these words, something new that I haven't seen, that maybe I glossed over, that I wasn't looking at before. And so what I focused on today was an analogy, and it's sin is crouching. And I have 3 cats. I know what crouching looks like. And I also know how that crouching cat can be a menace, because we have, well, a very evil cat that lives in our house, does a lot of damage, and he bothers one of our cats a lot. So, morning, Daria. So we, what does that have to do with sin? Well, it has a lot to do with sin. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how my cats do this and how it relates so much to what is happening in the world to us as we either give in to sin, are tempted by sin, or we take protection in God from sin. And so I have this cat, this very menacing cat named Duck. That is he has gone through a series of names, but that's the family's loved name for this cat. And he will crouch and hide, attack your ankles, do whatever he feels like doing, because that is just something he can't control. And then we have this cat named Fluffy. And Fluffy is old, and she's rather opinionated. And Duck likes to prey on her. Now, Fluffy can be protected if she sits next to me. When I sit down and do my Bible study, she will often come up and sit by me. But sometimes she chooses to lay on the floor right where Duck is sitting. And then she complains at him. Like, why are you near me? Why are you preying on me? Don't we do the same thing with sin? There's sin. It's out there. We know that it's preying on us, that there are sinful things, there's temptations, and we sit close to them. And we say, well, they're over there, and I'm over here. I can complain about them, but I'm not going to go seek protection under God, because that means I have to move. That means I have to change my position and go be with God. Yeah. That's difficult. Yet, that is how we master sin. And that's exactly what God was telling Cain. Sin is crouching. It is ready to pounce on you. But you can master it. Take shelter in me. And come close to me. Because sin can't come near me. And when you're near me, then you are protected and you can live your life. But it has to be within these boundaries. And we hate those boundaries. But within those boundaries, we are safe. So that is how we master sin. And to look at situations, I hope that my analogy of my cats helps you to look at different sinful situations in your life. Whether you have issues with anger, whether you have issues with overeating, whether you have issues, whatever. look at that and say, am I taking shelter in God? Or am I just sitting outside and complaining about the sin and saying, well, you really shouldn't be crouching out there. Just move away from me and I'm going to just stay right here. It just doesn't work that way. Sin is in this world. We can't remove it, but in God's presence, it flees. So, just a good thing to remember. And so I hope your study is as insightful as mine was today. Thank you for joining me on Daily Revelations. We'll be back again tomorrow as we continue the study through Genesis 4, and we will be studying using a different precept method and continuing on. So have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time right here on Daily Revelations. Bye, everyone.